Pathmonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in the buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmonk to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmonk.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Brittany Alexander from Keynes Digital, Director of Client Strategy and Growth with them. How are you doing today, Brittany?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And well, Brittany, let's learn a little bit more about Keynes Digital in your own words. Tell us a little bit more.
Of course. So we are a full-service, performance-based programmatic company who specialize in connected TV. So we have a unique audience-first approach to our targeting that helps brands reach new customers and drive measurable results. We have built integrations with hundreds of different data providers and premium networks, and our team of specialists, experts, programmatic experts, help structure campaigns that meet a wide variety of goals. We have some brands who are looking for brand awareness. We have others who are looking to drive traffic to their websites. We have some that are really looking to drive a ROAS or a CPA target. And we have solutions that really meet all of these different types of needs. I think something that makes us special is that we're just really transparent with what we provide our clients. We have solutions where we are really data-centric, and a huge part of our foundation at Keynes is making sure that we're prioritizing trust and transparency in really everything that we do. We have a business intelligence hub that all of our partners gain access to once you activate a campaign with us. Access 24/7, where everybody can view their programmatic campaigns all in one place. And ultimately, our goal as a business is to help clients understand the real business impact from running connected TV.
Okay, interesting. All right. So that way our listeners could get a good understanding that then they're of Keynes Digital. What would you say is that key problem you guys like to solve for clients?
A key problem we like to solve for clients is making sure, again, that our partners can understand the impact that we're having through our campaigns. So we have clients, again, that are looking for a variety of different goals. And what we try to solve for is making sure that we let the data speak for itself. We want to uncover new audiences for users who are looking to drive like new traffic to the site. I think that's like where we really shine, is getting creative with our audience targeting and being able to drive incrementality to our brands.
Definitely. Okay. All right. So then is there a certain vertical segment? Is there an ideal ICP there for Keynes Digital?
That's a good question. So I think we don't necessarily have a specific industry that we serve best, but we have different solutions that fit different needs. So we have clients spanning across D2C e-commerce, financial, education, healthcare, even CPG, all that have different targets. So as I mentioned before, we have partners who are more interested in overall brand awareness, where we may suggest running a programmatic audio campaign where you're looking at podcasts and streaming audio or streaming music. We have partners who are looking to drive traffic and website visits. So those we may suggest running a connected TV campaign, online video. And then we have other partners who are looking at really low funnel. So we may combine connected TV retargeting, online video, native retargeting, driving towards a CPA or ROAS target. So that said, I think you can get the most out of what we offer if you're willing to expand just outside of lower funnel, other paid media channels like paid search and paid social, and you have some budget to allocate towards upper funnel, because it's really where we can get, creative with the type of targeting we can activate and drive new user growth.
Okay, interesting. Like that. So then how would somebody then usually find out then about Keynes Digital? Is there a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
Yeah, I love this question because I just think it speaks to the kind of company that we are. But one of the biggest ways that companies find out about us is through referrals. So we have really strong relationships with our clients, and we see a large portion of our clients come in after hearing about us through another brand or an agency that's had success with us, our team, and our products. So people come to us because we're really good at what we do. We even have some agencies who don't offer programmatic use us as their programmatic arm.
Okay, all right, like that. So that way our listeners then are tuned in, could go ahead and visit you. They could always check you guys out at keynesdigital.com. What role does a website then play for client acquisition?
Yeah, so I think the biggest value of our website is that it can act sort of as a resource for anyone that's interested in running programmatic. So when you get to our website, you can find information that would be relevant to anyone who's interested in learning more about the channels. So we have a section for creative best practices for different programmatic channels. We have a number of case studies that we feature. We have a media planning tool that any brand can go to and like plug in and select their goals. And then we suggest as a guideline, of course, what channels we would recommend they run. We also have a CTV spec check where any advertiser can go in and drop in their video assets and see if they would be suitable and meet the general guidelines for running a CTV ad on Hulu or Paramount Plus or Peacock. Our newest website too, we're in the process of launching our new site, will feature a number of client testimonials featuring some of the brands that we work with and their experiences with our team and our product.
No, like that. All right. And so on that note, then, is there any tools or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
I think the most obvious is just making it clear to our audience who we are, what we offer. Our website also has some features about just the people that work here, just because I think that's one of the main reasons people enjoy working with us. It's just the people that we have. We're a close-knit team, and we don't really feel like just a vendor. But for the website itself, I think having actual tangible tools that advertisers can use helps drive the most traffic and builds trust. So a lot of our existing partners will use aspects of our website to understand what they need to build a program with us. Obviously, there's only so much traffic and conversions that comes from the website itself, but I think it's particularly useful in preliminary conversations we're having with new contacts. They're checking our website to see who we are. We want to make sure that we have useful information for them. And then, of course, that it matches our brand voice.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. Great to hear that from me. Thank you so much for sharing that. Well, let's switch gears a little bit then here, Brittany, and let's talk about you as a leader, you being the Director of Client Strategy and Growth there for Keynes Digital. What are some key tasks you like to focus on your day-to-day work?
Yeah. So a good portion of my day is spent working with prospects alongside our sales team. So I will often act as a strategist and a technical resource while our sales team is working on new deals. We're constantly adapting and growing our partnerships and technologies. And a crucial part of my role is making sure that everybody's in the loop and everybody's trained on all of these, and we have materials and that we can pass our partners to inform them of what's going on with us. My background is in client services. So I have background in the really detailed aspects of how a campaign works. And most importantly, I would say I have a thorough understanding of how to make sure we're delivering insights in a format that makes sense for a variety of different stakeholders in a business. So helping whoever it may be, it could be a marketing director or a CFO or a CMO or even a CEO, and really just understanding and being able to empathize with the challenges that they're facing in their everyday roles as they assess their partners and make business decisions. So my goal is always just to make sure that we're helping whoever we're talking to understand the value of programmatic, connected TV, and of course working with us.
Okay, interesting, like that. So then, I mean, it sounds like you have a full plate there on your hands. So in between your times, how do you like to stay up to date with all the news in the marketing world as far as trends, strategy? Is there a preferred channel that you like to go with?
So there's a few sources that I'll go to regularly, especially if I'm like putting together insights for our internal teams or even our partners and clients. So I'll look at articles on PE Marketer or Ad Exchanger or a publication called The Current, which is a great resource. But we also have a Slack channel at Keynes that's like specifically dedicated to industry news. And our team is really wonderful at sending links, and it acts as a way for everyone to collaborate and give their thoughts. If we find something that's particularly interesting, either myself or another or a number of our team members will take the lead on like creating content for it or really summarizing it in a digestible way. And I think that goes a long way, because I think a lot of our partners and clients don't always have time to do this type of industry research themselves. They're reliant on us, the experts in the space, to provide them with this kind of information. And that's been great. Our team's good at keeping up to date on that.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. Great. Thank you so much for sharing that with our audience. And well, let's switch sections a little bit here, Brittany, and let's jump into the section, which is our rapid fire section. Are you ready for the questions?
Sure.
Awesome. First off then is, what is the last book that you read?
I just recently finished a book called Deep Survival. It's Who Lives, Who Dies, and Why. It sounds intense. It basically teaches you about the skills you need to survive when you're put under extreme stress. So I'm an outdoors person, and the book itself is really framed around a lot of like outdoor experiences. But it essentially is giving you tips ultimately on who are the best survivors. So for example, people who are able to update their mental models are better survivors. People who are able to expect that they have to adapt to their environment versus expecting their environment to adapt to them are better survivors. People who are too focused can be misled. It's better to have like an open, a more open frame. And what's another one? Another one would be, people who are able to remain present have a better chance at survival. So there's all these like little tips that are like, of course, people use when they're like skiing and hiking and doing all this crazy outdoor stuff, but it's very applicable to your everyday life.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Like that. Next up then is, if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
So to date, I haven't seen a really impressive AI that helps with creating professional TV quality assets. For a lot of the smaller brands we work with that may not have the dollars to do a full-blown video shoot, a barrier to entry for them in running connected TV is actually not being able to have content or an ad to run. A lot of these kinds of brands have assets from social, but they're often not suitable to run on the big screen. So it'd be awesome if there could be like an AI tool that could take all of the content that they have, or a great AI tool rather, that could create for them an ad that could run and remove that barrier to entry.
Okay, interesting. Okay. And so if there's one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
So as a company, I would say we're actually pretty good at using technology to assist in all of our roles. One of the priorities of Keynes, and especially for my CEO, is how to improve the quality of life of everyone that works at Keynes. And in order to do that, we're constantly looking for ways to save time and energy that we spend on daily repetitive tasks. So we're already pretty leaned into automation. So I don't know that there's anything specifically that I would say, like there's a task that I feel I need to automate, because I'm pretty well optimized.
Okay. All right. Well, like that. And then, so if say you would be able to go back in time, right? What would be that one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
If I were to restart my journey today, I would tell myself that there is no perfect way of doing anything. I think when you're building something or you're working on a project and you're collaborating with others, it can be easy to doubt yourself. Everyone has their own way of doing things. And I would say it's important to trust yourself and know that you know what you're doing. The worst thing that can ever happen is that something doesn't go exactly as you planned. And for me, I think finding being reassured that the important thing is to be able to pivot. And part of being in this space is really learning and growing as you go, and that makes it fun.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. Thank you so much for that advice. And so we are coming to the end of the show here, Brittany, but before we do end, I do want to give you the last word. Say someone forgets everything about the interview today. What is that one thing they should remember about Keynes Digital?
So at Keynes Digital, our ultimate goal is to help brands grow through connected TV. So if you're just starting out in the channel, or you're hoping to get more data, insights, transparency than you're currently getting out of your CTV partner, our team would love to chat.
Well, there you guys heard it. You could always check them out at keynesdigital.com. They are your trusted providers there, so check them out. To you, Brittany, thank you so much for being on with us. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to our next episode at Path Monk Presents. Thanks a lot, Brittany.
Thank you.